We playing for anything?
Yeah. Competition, mate. You're at 0.1 if you're not 6 under.
Medal. We're at 6 up.
What have you done this year? You've done some pretty big bits, haven't you?
Yeah, Hampshire Hog winner, Hampshire Silver winner.
Fantastic.
Lytham 2nd, Brabazon Trophy 6th.
Nice.
British Amateur semi-finalist, and then European Amateur 2nd.
Yeah, no pressure, Joe.
Heart rate's up a little.
Yeah. Strike, yeah. Get up there, baby, though.
In the English Am, which Joe had a great run and came 2nd there, which is a fantastic feat, and that was just a couple of weeks ago. So this man's hitting for him right now.
Hey, come here, you look like a music lover.
Excuse me, senor.
Right, so we've just been playing at the Players Club. We had a little competition, a little friendly, well, it was a competition actually. It was like a bow maker, so it was 4 from 2, and I kind of roped in the dream team here. So we got Tom Workman there, which you remember from one of the first series. I'll put a link somewhere above for that. We've got Mitch Waite here, and we've got Joe Long. So we're going to have a chat with those guys later. We've got some shots from the round, see how the round's getting on, and we don't need to talk from Tom to Tom, because he's going to nip off now. But we'll talk to these boys and pick their brains in a bit.
Split the fairway then, Carter-Smith.
Yeah, it's an old lie, isn't it?
I know you boys are good, but don't shank it into me.
Don't even mention it.
No, you said it was in the head.
Looking in my head as well.
Go. Go a fraction. Go. Yeah, nice strike.
That's 8, is
So
it?
toey.
Did you get it anywhere near the club face? Just when I'm going down one, I'm trying to get it back there.
What have you got?
Strike,
Yeah.
strike, yeah. Get up there, baby, though.
Is this a bit too much?
Well, I wouldn't lean on that.
Yeah, I'll just tickle down there, mate, little buttercup. But now, you see, things with fire, you've got it this hard now.
Now you've really got to rip.
High draw, yeah?
So if it gets a bit high and spinny, you've got a long way in.
High draw, yeah? Whatever a high draw is.
Right. I've only got the 190 left in there.
Yeah, yeah.
.56.
2 under then, is it?
200. Yeah. Hanging in there. I'll go.
156. Yeah, go on,
56.
What, yeah? 7?
7.
Either dead left to right or slightly into.
Or a bit right to left.
It's all of them covered.
Feeder off the left.
Puff fader.
Hey? Get it up.
Mate, that'd be perfect to carry and stop.
Okay.
Yeah, the medical at Villa and then.
It's just 4 back goes the last round.
Yeah. Right, cool. We're going to dig through Mitch's bag here. I'll leave the drivers for a second. So what we got, a selection of wedges. What's your wedges all about?
Yeah, 4 wedges. I play 46.
Right.
Equivalent to like a pitching wedge.
Yeah.
50 degree, 54, 58.
Right, okay. So you
Yeah.
don't carry the wedge at all.
So they
Do
carry
you
the
find
wedge.
that just climbs a bit?
To start off with, yes.
Yeah.
But I hit plenty of balls with
Right.
it to
Yeah.
start off with, so the spin rates come down quite quickly.
Oh,
And,
right, okay.
it's just good gapping for me. For
And
that,
what's-
the 9 iron, it's good
Got you.
gapping.
And so what's your yardages? Let's go. So let's go fifth. Let's go from the bottom, the 46. What are you looking at there?
46. That's usually like a 130 carry, really.
Okay, and that's your wedge. Your stock
That's a
130.
pitcher wedge.
Okay.
So it probably would. If I had a normal wedge, I'd say might get 135 out of it.
Yeah.
But more often than not, 130. I'd hit 46.
Okay, nice one. And let's go, because we won't do them all because it'll get boring, but let's go for your 154 then. What's
54. That's pretty much 100 yards on the dot.
okay? And that's
got-
gapping up because it's really you obviously hit it. You know, you've been in some long balls today, so you end up hitting a lot of wedges, do you, around the place?
Yeah. Yeah.
You got 4 of them. You got more wedges than anything else in the
Yeah, yeah, no, that's just my setup at the minute. That might change in the coming weeks, to be honest.
So that's
Not
going
sure.
from 130 to
well, 130 to sort
down
of, to 115ish.
Okay.
To then 100.
Right.
And then my 58 I very rarely use for
Got
the
your
fairway.
lectures.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And what blades are you using? Oh, what are they, by the way? They're Titleist.
Just Fokies.
Fokies.
Yeah, SM7.
Nice. And do you get given these, or you got to buy them and all that?
I get a little bit of help.
I get a little
Yeah,
bit
I
of
get a
help.
little bit of help.
Good man. We want to get the juice, don't we? Really, that's what we want. Okay, and what have we got here? We've got Titleist.
CBs.
Ah, yes, 718s.
Yep.
Some fancy shafts, KBS.
KBS C tapers, yeah.
And so you've been fitted up for all these.
Yeah,
do you
fit up for those, yeah.
do you go off the Titleist in some fancy tour wagon for these? Or
Not quite. I did go to Titleist, but not some fancy tour wagon. just the local club. But yeah, no, got fit for those going back beginning of the year.
Okay,
So,
what's your 7 iron? What do you hit that?
7-iron 165.
Okay, good
Yeah.
one. All right, let's get into the juice then. So we've got, you carry, you've got the new
The new
TMB 3M.
Yeah,
Go
just,
on, give us the damage on that.
Just well, that's just great. It links courses, trying to hit some low balls, and but I can still fly that quite high. But you know, if I've got 210, 215 into a flag, usually I'll just sort of hit a solid one of those.
Yeah.
But obviously, with the conditions at the minute, you know, firm, that can go as far as 250 right out.
Right.
But apart from race, sort of 210, 250.
No need for a 2 iron, or is that flighted down a bit? Have you got that?
No, it's not cranked down. It's not really cranked down, but I am looking in to get the 2 iron, potentially taking a wedge out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But that's the beauty of sort of getting help from Titleist, that you can almost have 16, 17 clubs and decide which ones you want to use for each tournament.
Got you. Okay, 3-wood, what are we doing?
13.5 degrees strong.
Okay, cool.
Not my favourite club in the bag at the minute, I must admit.
Really?
It's produced a few poor shots this week, but
You hit a good one today.
yeah, I did. Yeah, I did hit a good one today. But
That's the max. 75. Okay, so what are we talking? What's your carry with that?
talking quite a long way, really.
Yeah.
255, 260.
That's right.
So obviously gapping between the three are in that.
Yeah, you've got a big gap there, haven't you?
Yeah, which is why I need 2 on. Really.
Right, okay. Got your driver here. What
Yeah.
we're talking. Right, what's your clubhead speed?
Clubhead speed is 116, 17.
Nice.
I have to look at Joe then because I'm not actually 100% sure myself, but I think it's about 117 average.
Okay.
If I want to go at one hard, then might push 120, but I doubt it.
Yeah, that's good though. I mean, you play within yourself. You know, it's not like you're absolutely lashing at it. So.
No, I don't like to hit the ball overly hard.
Yeah.
Just committed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the Rogue. How long have you had this one?
That's probably
Sub-Zero.
the game changer. That's probably the one that has helped me massively this year. I changed just before Hampshire, which is my first win.
Right.
And that week was a joke with the driver. It was just on a string really,
Okay.
and long on a string. So for me, this year that's been the weapon which has certainly helped me compete at a high amateur level.
And so we're talking 300 plus. What's your average with that? Would you say?
Yeah, I'd say carry looking at sort of 280,
Yeah.
285, but then right out.
And I know you've got the Odyssey.
Yeah, one wide.
Nice.
That's been the bang all year as well.
Has it?
I've been a nightmare for changing putters over the years.
Oh yeah.
But this year I found something which I sort of worked hard on the stroke with, and again that's been a bit of.
And you're not an aim pointer or anything. You're not committed to that. You thought about it?
Not really. No, I have done, but just have never really. Been a busy year this year. I've not really got around to it. A lot of guys that I've played with have used aim point.
Yeah.
And I would quite like to get into it, but for me, I like to think I'm a pretty quick player who gets on with the game. And
Yeah.
for me to stand there for 20 seconds over a putt, closing your eyes, looking like you're praying, and sort of going like that. It's just not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea.
Good one. Okay, that's cool. That's in his bag if you're interested. Good man.
What is that?
That little balance.
Yes.
You'll have to send that to me.
She's like that footwork at the end.
Oh, hello, baby. Oh, hello. Oh. Oh.
Shot.
I'll get it.
Right, so we are now on the 10th hole at the Players, and mid-round. This is Joe Long. He's again, we've not played before, although we've been on the range and stuff together because we hang about and practice at the same club. And Joe's been playing forever, I would imagine. For what age did you start playing?
About 11.
11. Okay,
Yeah,
so that's
so it's
later-ish.
Yeah, I was quite late to be fair.
And we've been in this 4-ball today. Joe's been putting the birdies in today, which is pretty cool. Nice to pull off a few. And so I just want to ask a couple of questions just about kind of golf in general. So you started at 11.
Yeah.
And was there a point where you suddenly thought, I could actually be quite good at this?
Yeah, it was sort of around 16, 17. I finished school and then I sort of started to get into golf even more and was enjoying it even more.
And what's your handicap then?
I think I was around like 2 or 3.
Right.
And then that year I got down to scratch when I was 17 and I just found enjoyment for it and started doing full-time golf really from there.
And so was there anything that you did? I guess you would have got on the county side then at that point? Did that strive you on?
I was in the Southwest Regional squad, the under-16s, so that was had some good coaching there.
Oh, good. Right.
And then I was in the county under-18s, and then sort of progressed to the first team from there, really.
Got you, and so then you'd be playing Duchess Alva events, and which is the low amateur Gloucestershire events, which here. And any results there? You get to get?
I won the Henbury Duchess Salva a couple of years ago actually.
Oh, right.
It was probably 19, 20. So,
yeah, right.
But apart from that, I had a few decent finishes. So.
And Joe's off +2.5 now. So,
Yeah, so close to
2.5.
2.5, so
there.
just short of +3.
But it's interesting because Joe's had quite a few injuries over the last few years, or for your whole career.
Yeah, 3-4 years probably.
And it's kind of one of those things that if you're just one of those people that pick up injuries, there's not much you can do about it, you know, is there?
It just happens. Even I had one last winter, just in the gym. I was training like really sensibly, nothing too heavy. Just tore my pec slightly,
Right.
you know. And I just had to be patient. It set me back about 3-4 weeks. So I was just doing short game in the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, it happens. It happens. You just got to get on with it.
There's nothing you can do about it.
No, exactly.
And so, are you a big practicer?
Yeah, I can be. If I'm working on like technical things on the range, I will put the reps in. I'll do loads of drills and stuff. But sort of, if I'm in quite a good flow, I won't do much. I'll do my maintenance work and then I'll leave it alone. I don't want to overcomplicate things.
And maintenance is kind of like a couple hours a day or something? Or?
Yeah, maintenance would be like drills that my coach would get me to do.
And he's with Tom as well, I believe.
Yeah,
is that
with
right?
Tom. Yeah.
Tom, I think.
So we got like a catalogue of drills that I do, and that's just like my maintenance throughout the season, really.
Okay. And they're mainly to keep you in a slot, or are they to keep you strong, or
keep on top of the swing. Yep.
Okay, we just had to call somebody through, so a bit of break there. So I was going to say that you and Mitch are friends and have been around the same kind of peer group, if you like, for a while. Now, Mitch has hit some form, and then the start of the year you were a little bit injured, weren't you?
Yeah.
But would you say your form has improved since Mitch hitting form, do you think? Is there anything you think about?
Yeah, definitely. We play with each other in practice all the time, and we both know we can play, but it's about doing it in tournament. So when you see one of your best mates doing it in tournament, you know you're both as good as each other, and it spurs each other on to push on.
Yeah.
So when I saw Mitch hit form, I was like, everyone was quite surprised. I was like, no, I saw him do it.
Yeah.
You know? And it just helps. It just proves that you can do it. You know.
And it's great because I mean these guys are fiercely competitive, you know, as you can imagine, as friends would be. But at the same time, Joe cadded for Mitch
in the
British Amateur, and then Mitch cadded for Joe in the English Am, which Joe had a great run and came second there, which is a fantastic feat. And that was just a couple of weeks ago. So this man's hitting form right now, which is a great thing. And so, what did you feel like? I know. It's a massive achievement just to get into the match play stage.
Yeah.
You played really well running into it.
Yeah, I had some good form. I'd been out, played in Holland in the Dutch Junior Open out there. Came fourth there, but played really nicely all week really. And it was just going into the English Am with a good mindset. Got through to the match play and just played some solid stuff. I was just mentally so calm all week and just took it day by day, and then suddenly you win the semis and you're into the final.
Yeah.
You know, and so I was like, wow, just how it can all sort of change. Really.
And the semis was on the 19th hole as well, so you had to hold your nerve there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so you finished that, and obviously you're exhausted. I mean, what was the feeling? I mean, obviously you're really proud of yourself, and you know you thought you might be able to go one more, but I would imagine you're really happy with the way everything's gone after that.
Yeah, I was just pleased with the whole week. Really, I learned a lot about myself, what works well for me, and to just get that far, I think is a great achievement. Really.
Yeah.
And just stick in. I wasn't too disappointed because I played solid. You know, I just didn't hold enough putts really, and I got outpowered. But I got beaten by the better guy on the day, and sometimes you just got to accept that. It's just how the game is.
Yeah. And there's nothing you change about your game. You just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. So that's
you know your game well. And so because you went out to South Africa and played some golf over there, and you've got a win or two over there, didn't you?
That was at the start of 2017. So that was when me and Mitch went out together.
Yeah.
And I was literally nobody, and I went out there and I just played some good stuff. I got through to the top 8 in the match play. Beat some England players there, and then I went to Leopard Creek and I was maybe one off the lead with 4 holes to play and finished poorly. But I learned a lot about that from myself and how to stay in the present, not think about the end result, that sort of thing. Yeah. You know, so that gave me a lot of confidence because they were big events for us.
Yeah.
And we've never competed internationally back then.
Yeah. You know, and so now you're at a point where you're hoping to work on from here, and you're going to go back out to South Africa to keep the form running, or
South Africa or Australia. This year we went to Australia, but we'll definitely go back out to one of the two just to get some good competition in over the winter.
And that is more because obviously amateur events you win no money. You know, you do you help yourself with various things. You know, you can pick up various freebies along the way, but they're playing for no money, these guys. So they're going out just to really, you're just trying to become better golfers.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Yeah,
even the wins out there, probably they are great for you, but they don't really matter much when you get back here.
No, they don't.
So it's a long trip.
It's a long trip. You're just gaining life experience, I'd say. You're getting used to more travelling, because at the end of the day, that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
The life on tour. So you're getting out your comfort zone, which is good.
Yeah.
You know, how comfortable can you be in the uncomfortable?
Yeah.
That's the key, really.
Yeah.
And you can learn a lot from it.
And it's kind of also it's the pressures you put on yourself. So if you were playing in the Masters,
Yeah.
and then you came back to play in the British Am final, you know, suddenly you feel better because you've pushed it that far over and then come back, you know.
Exactly.
And I always say to like handicap golfers, try and go in the competitions, try and go in the tournaments, and try and put yourself under pressure, because then it all kind of helps you when you get under there. You've got to hold that putt.
Yeah, that's when you learn the most.
Yeah.
You know.
And you can't fake that, unfortunately.
No, you can't. No, there's
practice
no.
under it, or-
You can't. No. There is no way to do it.
So what's your goal from here? You're going to possibly do a Q school as well, or are you going to?
I think I'll leave Q school this year.
Yeah.
I got about 2 or 3 events left in August now, and then sort of the winter off, get in the gym, sort of train, and then go back and have hopefully a full amateur season with no injuries.
Yeah.
Because I missed about 4 events this year. So that's the plan, and then look at it next year, probably turn pro. But you just got to wait and see. No one knows, you know.
Yeah.
You have a great season, then you assess the situation from there, really.
And what's your world ranking?
It's 290 now, so it's come down quite a bit after last week, which is good.
Considering you start at about 4,000,
Yeah.
I mean it's incredible. When you first get your amateur ranking, for the people that don't know, you've actually got to do well in an amateur event, which is a world ranking, before you can even be judged and even get status to have a ranking. So to get down to anything under even 1,000 is fantastic, you know, and you've got to be playing very consistent and very well. That's brilliant. Okay, so and what's the thing that makes you most happy when you're on the golf course? I mean, or what's your happiest golfing moment? I mean, happy sounds a little bit cheesy, but I'm just trying to think of why we do it, why we play it, why is it we go out and play sort of not as well as we hope most of the time, but you know, what's your main kind of?
Well, I like how you can never get like too good. So even when you do have a good week, there's always things you can improve.
That's a new one. I like that.
That's what keeps me coming back all the time.
Yeah.
I heard someone like Jason Day say that, is you can never be too good at a certain part of your game. You can never master it. So I think all the time, if you can always get better, no other sport's like it, really.
And what's the biggest pat on the back for you? Do you like a good practice session? Do you like working, you know, making that swing group well?
Yeah, like a productive practice session, really. If I got something technical to work on or something, and you can spend, even if it's like half an hour, but really focusing on that, I think is key. And you can come away from the day and think, well, with what time I had today, it was productive.
Yeah.
That's when you make the most gains, in my opinion.
Yeah. Good one. That's Joe Long. Keep an eye out for him. I'm going to put Joe and Mitch's Twitter tags. You can go and see how they're getting on flying around the world, and England appearances, I'm sure, in the future. But anyway, thanks a lot, mate.
Yeah,
that's
thanks,
fantastic.
Cheers.
Hey, come here. You look like a music lover.
Excuse me, senor. It is not ole ole. No, see. It is only one ole. Like this.
Oh my God! Have a day off! What's that about, man? What's that?
That's it.
Is that in the sprinkler or what? That's all over it. That is outrageous.